Together?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're slightly younger this way. Ooh, wheels out.
Let me start with a popular one. This is again Hari Om Sharanji's Bhajan. Words are very beautiful. It starts with a chant from Devi Mahatmya. O Goddess who dwells in all beings as compassion, we bow to you again and again. O Durga, remove misfortune and bring auspiciousness to all my endeavors. Brighten the temple of my mind with your grace today. The central refrain is, Mother, inundate me with such love that I may fall at your feet and that all my inner darkness be destroyed. I came into this world, yet I do not know who I am, why I am here, or where I must go. You are beyond comprehension. How can I ever truly know you? Mother, I am but an ignorant child. I know no rituals, no austerities. I am full of faults. Yet grant me this one boon, that I may always remember you and sing your name. I am your child, you are my mother. Only through your grace can the impurities within me be removed. Take me into your refuge, O Mother, where I offer myself entirely to you. या देवी सर्वभूतेषु दयारूपे संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः दुर्गा दुर्गति दूर कर मंगल कर सब काज मन मंदिर उज्जवल करो कृपा कर किया मैया ऐसा प्यार बहादे मैया ऐसा प्यार बहादे मैया चरणों से लग जाऊं मैं सब अंधकार मिटा दे मैया तरस तेरा कर पाऊं मैं ऐसा प्यार जग में आकर जग को मैया अब तक ना मैं जान सका, अब तक ना मैं जान सका। क्यों आया हूँ कहाँ है जाना, ये भी ना पहचान सका, ये भी ना पहचान सका। तू है अगम गोचर मैया, तू है अगम गोचर मैया, कहो कैसे लग पाऊं मैं, ऐसा प्यार बहा दे मैया, चरणों से लग जाऊं मैं, सब अंधकार मिटा दे मैया। कर कृपा जगदम्बे भवानी, मैं बालक नादान हूँ, मैं बालक नादान हूँ। नहीं आराधन जब तक जानूं, मैं अब गुण की खान हूँ, मैं अब गुण की खान हूँ। दे ऐसा वरदान है मैया, दे ऐसा वरदान है मैया, सुमिरन तेरा गाऊं मैं, ऐसा प्यार बहा दे मैं बालक तू मैया मेरी, इस दिल तेरी ओट है, इस दिल तेरी ओट है। तेरी कृपा से ही मिटेगी भीतर जो भी खोट है, भीतर जो भी खोट है। शरण लगा लो मुझको मैया, शरण लगा लो मुझको मैया, तुझ पर बलि बलि जाऊं मैं, ऐसा प्यार बहा दे मैया, चरणों से लग जाऊं मैं, सब अंधकार मिटा दे मैया, तरस तेरा कर पाऊं मैं, ऐसा प्यार बहा दे मैया। This is about the gopis' love for Krishna, which is considered to be the purest form of devotion, unconditional, ecstatic, and free from the ego. Their longing in separation, viraha, is considered the highest spiritual state, where the ache of absence deepens love into surrender, making the soul yearn for the union with the divine. This is a gopi singing in the pangs of separation. That dark-skinned flute player, he came like a breeze and stole all awareness from me. Since then, I haven't been myself. The butter thief, Nand's beloved son, he didn't just steal butter, he stole my very heart. At the village well, he twisted my arm in jest, and when I protested, he smashed my water pot. I fell at his feet pleading, but he won't listen, and again I lost myself completely. Then suddenly he vanished into a melody, leaving only a haunting note behind. Where did he go after shooting that arrow of love? I searched Gokul, I searched Mathura, I left no street or city untouched, but I could not find him. That dark-skinned flute player, he came, he conquered, and he left me lost, utterly lost in love. वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, बांसुरी वाला, बांसुरी वाला. वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, सुध बिसरा गया मोरी रे, सुध बिसरा गया मोरी. माखन चोर जो नंद किशोर, माखन चोर जो नंद किशोर. कर गयो रे, कर गयो मन की चोरी रे, सुध बिसरा गया मोरी. वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला. छुप गयो फिर एक तान सुना के, कहाँ गयो एक बाण चला के. छुप गयो फिर एक तान सुना के, कहाँ गयो एक बाण चला के. गोकुल ढूंढा मैंने, मथुरा ढूंढी, गोकुल ढूंढा मैंने, मथुरा ढूंढी. कोई नगरिया छोड़ी रे, सुध बिसरा गया. वो काला बांसुरी वाला. पन घट पे मोरी भैया मरोड़ी, मैं बोली तो मेरी मटकी बोली। पन घट पे मोरी भैया मरोड़ी, मैं बोली तो मेरी मटकी बोली। पैया करूं विनती मैं पर, पैया करूं विनती मैं पर, माने ना एक वो मोरी रे, सुध बिसरा वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला। माखन चोर जो नंद किशोर, कर गयो रे, कर गयो मन के चोरी रे, सुध बिसरा वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला, वो काला एक बांसुरी वाला। This one I'm going to try with a lot of trepidation, because this is a Ram Prasad song. Ram Prasad Sen attained perfection through song. If one sings with deep yearning, one realizes God. This is Sri Ramakrishna's original quote. This song is mentioned 4 times in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. On 3 of those occasions, Sri Ramakrishna himself sang it. Not only is there mention of him going into Samadhi, those present were also deeply moved with bhava. অভয় পদে প্রাণ সপেছি, আর কি জমের ভয় লিখেছি। At those fearless feet my life lies surrendered. What fear of death can touch me now? Kali's name, the wish-fulfilling tree, I have planted deep within my heart. In the marketplace of this fleeting world, I have traded this body for Durga's name. Within this body, the Blessed One dwells. Therein, I have found my resting place. And when the Lord of Death arrives, I shall open my heart to show who resides within. Tara's sacred name, essence of all essence, I have tied upon my tuft of hair. Ready now for the final journey, Ram Prasad calls upon Durga's grace. At those fearless feet, my life lies surrendered. What fear of death can touch me now? And I will end with few following lines, which kind of is the spirit of Ram Prasad's creations, which is translated as, "O mind," this is not part of this song, this is another one, but I'm going to only sing a few lines. "O mind, you have failed to let go of this delusion. The mother who lovingly nurtures the word. Do you not even recognize her? Oh, how can you offer in sacrifice a sheep, a buffalo, or a little goat? Prasad says, devotion alone is the true form of worship. You perform rituals for the world to see, but my mother will not accept a bribe. इस भजन का भावार्थ संक्षेप में यह है कि भक्त मां काली के चरणों में पूर्ण समर्पण कर चुका है। अब उसे मृत्यु का कोई भय नहीं रहा, क्योंकि उसके हृदय में मां का नाम बस गया है। संसार की नश्वर वस्तुओं को छोड़ उसने केवल मां का नाम को ही अपना सच्चा धन मान लिया है। उसे दृढ़ विश्वास है कि जिसके भीतर मां का निवास है उसका कोई अनिष्ट नहीं कर सकता। अंत में भक्त मां दुर्गा का स्मरण करते हुए जीवन की अंतिम यात्रा के लिए स्वयं को तैयार बताता है। I'm completely unqualified to sing this song. I can only pray. Thakur, my heart is empty. It's devoid of love, devotion, knowledge. Fill this heart with your grace, Thakur. দেহের মধ্যে সুজন যে তার ঘরেতে ঘর করেছি। দেহের মধ্যে সুজন যে তার ঘরেতে ঘর করেছি। এবার সমলে হৃদয় খুলে দেখাবো ভেবে রেখেছি। এবার সমনেলে হৃদয় খুলে দেখাবো ভেবে রেখেছি। অভয় পদে প্রাণ শুনেছি আমি, অভয় পদে প্রাণ শুনেছি। সারাচার তারার নাম আপন শিখাতে বেঁধেছি। সারাচার তারার নাম রাম প্রসাদ বলে দুর্গা বলে যাত্রা করে বসে আছি রাম প্রসাদ বলে দুর্গা বলে যাত্রা করে বসে আছি প্রাণ শুনেছি আমি প্রাণ শুনেছি আর কি জমের ভয় রেখেছি আর কি জমের ভয় রেখেছি পদে প্রাণ শুনেছি মন তোমার এই ভ্রম গেল না জগৎকে পালিছেন যে মা সাদরে কি তাও জানো না জগৎকে পালিছেন যে মা সাদরে কি তাও জানো না ওরে কেমনে দিতে চাস বলি মেষ মহিষার ছাগল ছানা মন তোমার এই ভ্রম গেল না প্রসাদ বলে ভক্তি মাত্র কেবল রে তার উপাসনা প্রসাদ বলে ভক্তি মাত্র কেবল রে তার উপাসনা তুমি লোক দেখানো করবে পূজা মা তো আমার ঘুষ খাবে না তোমার এই ভ্রম গেল
What do you say after that, huh?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Words are useless. We want to welcome everybody, especially our beloved Swami Ishadhyananda.
Yeah.
I think we got it finally. What a joy. This weekend has been just like in a dream, you know. So much bliss, so much joy. Hiking, so we still have some left. So please, we really invite you all to take part in the rest of the weekend. But today, we'll talk about that after the talk here. We just want you to focus on what's happening next. Is a beautiful talk, I'm sure, by Swami. And by the way, Swamiji is a minister at the Sacramento Vedanta Society. So if you're in the neighborhood, you can always see Swamiji there. I hear it's an amazing place, and I've never had the privilege of going there myself yet, but I shall. So Swami's going to give a talk today called Happiness is Overrated. So I think this is a very interesting. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Namaste, good evening. Yes, after these songs, it does not feel like giving a talk, right? Because these songs take us to such a higher level. Talk will actually bring us down.
Not your dog.
Indeed, and you know, while sitting there, I was feeling that how fortunate I am that I understand Bengali and Hindi. For a long time, I did not value knowing Bengali and Hindi. And when I came to America, I was thinking, oh my God, my English is so bad. And I was kind of complaining to Sri Ramakrishna. If you knew that I have to come to America, then why I was not born in America, right? All this trouble of the language, the accent, the pronunciation. Then I came to realize that, well, because I was born in Bengal, I can read gospel in original. And all these bhajans, I can understand bhajans. So does it not a big trade-off? Indeed, actually, yeah. Thank you so much, and he sang with so much of devotion. You could feel, right, that he himself was lost in the song, especially in the second song. It was, I think, uh, even in devotional music, music of that kind, where the banks of the gopis for Krishna and bringing it to such an intimate level. So it is beyond our conception even how to approach God. Well, so today's talk is happiness is overrated, and my preferred title would have been this talk won't make you happy. But again, I thought it will be so discouraging. No one will probably turn up for the talk. So the idea is this, that we are living in a time that we are forced to feel that we are not happy enough. We are not doing enough. We don't have enough. We are not enough. We are not seeing enough. We are not earning enough. So a sense of lack of happiness is there. And as you know, a great deal of studies in positive psychology is about how to be happy. And this has become a boom. It's a boom. Every other day there is a book about how to be happier. If you turn on TikTok, TikTok trends, right? Biohacking, detox, wellness industry. It's a 4 trillion industry now. How to be happy. How to be happy. So in the midst of all of this, what is especially social media is also creating a pressure on us that we are not happy. We need to be more happy. And for that, we have to start a new habit, a new type of diet, a new type of practice. We have to spend thousands of dollars for attending one workshop, which will make us happy and forever happy. In the midst of all of these, we are forgetting one quiet virtue called contentment. Contentment. So we are running after this craze for happiness, but a wonderful virtue which is much more paying than happiness, contentment, that we are forgetting. And you'll be surprised that in America, till 1910, it was in the high schools, in the books, it was told to be happy, to be content with whatever you have. But as soon as the Industrial Revolution happened and consumerism took over, they deleted all of this from books. Because if people are content, nobody will go for purchasing things. Consumers won't work. And they found that how we can create envy in people's mind. Envy. It is already our weakness that if we see someone happier than us, we feel like we also should be, have something like that. And they means not a group of people sat together, but it came out organically that how to keep people unhappy, how to make people unhappy. Envy, you have probably heard about the book Keeping Up with the Joneses. Right? Yeah, Keeping Up with the Joneses really captures the history of consumerism, that we are made to feel we are not happy enough so that we can purchase happiness. This is what makes them happy, not us. So, as spiritual seekers, we should rather focus on content. Content. And Patanjali, in his one of the niyamas, in Ashtanga Yoga, there is one section called niyamas, practices. He says this is a practice, santosha. And he says, Santoshat anuttama sukala. What happens if someone becomes content? The joy that contentment brings is unsurpassable. Unsurpassable joy from content. In his commentary to this aphorism, this sutra, Vyasa says that whatever pleasures are available in the whole world, whatever pleasures are available in even the heaven, if all of them are brought together, they cannot equal to the happiness of a person who is content. Who is contented. Think about it. If we are contented, then nothing is more pleasurable. We are happy, content with all of us. If we look at Bhagavad Gita, who is a great devotee, the first word Sri Krishna says, Santushta, Satata, one who is always content. That is a sign of a yogi. Sign of a yogi. In all the scriptures, in all the spiritual traditions, you will see a great value has been given on this quiet virtue. It's a quiet virtue, quiet joy or content. And even intuitively, we feel that a spiritually advanced person should be content. Is not it? Who loves a grouchy saint? Would you love someone who calls themselves illumined at the same time discontent about everything, grouchy, complaining? We'll surely understand that this person is talking about illumination, spiritual progress. They have not. They have not, because we see in really spiritual advanced people, illumined people, they are content with their surroundings, about the worldly things. And our Holy Mother, Sarada Devi, is an embodiment of contentment. If we look at her life, one string that runs through her whole life is this, contentment. Whatever the situation, whatever the circumstances, whatever may be the people around, Holy Mother is always content. So one thing about Holy Mother's life, that is an embodiment of contentment. So happiness is not bad. Happiness is bold, but fleeting. When happy moments come, we should immerse ourselves in happiness. We should grab the moment so that it remains memories, happy memories. But chasing after happiness is never pay. Whereas contentment, happiness is more bold or loud, And contentment is quiet, but much more intrinsic and much more enduring. Much more enduring. Happiness depends upon circumstances. It is extrinsic, right? Here, happiness here, now, gone tomorrow. It's like a cloud. It's gone tomorrow. Right now, probably you have planned a great vacation with your family. And you have gone to your dream vacation. You are so happy. On the last day, with your spouse, you argue about some very silly things. Your mood becomes bitter. All the happiness of the vacation, all the $1,000, thousands of dollars gone into waste. We are happy, right now I am not. Then you are having a pool party with your friends, enjoying music, maybe a mocktail, a cocktail, music going on. Suddenly a phone calls come. You are happy, so happy about everything. A phone calls come. A very near one had met with an accident. your happiness is gone. Moreover, happiness is a never-ending phenomenon, ever increasing. We think we get the new version of iPhone, we get it. After 6 months, we feel like we need to upgrade. And it was Max, now Max Pro has come. Max was giving me happiness. My definition of happiness was iPhone 16 Max, and after 6 months, Pro has come with a better chip. So it is never-ending thing. Plus, the chase for happiness also exhausts us because we have to spend time, energy, money, and some people call our culture now is hustle for happiness. We're chasing happiness, but we don't have time to enjoy happiness. We are so busy in chasing happiness, but we can enjoy happiness. Whereas contentment is right there. I like to give the example: if happiness is the blue blazer in your wardrobe, which you wear occasionally in special days, contentment is like your 20-year-old sweatshirt, cozy, comfy, always there. Whenever you feel like your first effort is to wear that sweatshirt. If happiness is that high heel, you wear to parties, which hurts, but it is Instagram worthy. Contentment is like your Skechers slippers. You just, your go-to slipper. If happiness is like your pancake with maple syrup and cooked chocolate cookies, and on the top of it is whipped cream. Contentment is your peanut sandwich, peanut butter sandwich. Always. You cannot have pancake with cream and whip and all of it every day. But contentment is like that, your go-to thing. So this is the difference between happiness and contentment. Happiness is out of ourselves. We need to get something to be happy. Whereas contentment is within. We have to just see within. You probably know there are many Kabir Doha. Kabir Das, the great Indian saint who composed many bhajans and songs, he also composed many couplets, and they are very meaningful, two-liners. And his couplets always end with Kahte Kabira Suno Bhai Sadhu. Oh, wise man, listen. So, listen. So, there was a meme, I forgot where I saw it, but it perfectly introduced the subject of content. The meme is this. I'll first speak in Hindi, then I will speak in English. Google खोजे, Yahoo खोजे, और खोजे Bing. कहते कबीरा, सुनो भाई साधु, you got to search with it. So people search Google, people search Yahoo, people search Bing. But Kabir says, oh wise man, you have to search within. Okay. So the search for happiness, that is a craze in society. If we try to keep up with the social media posts and all that is happening around, is like searching outside, like searching Google and searching Yahoo and Bing, but real joy is inside, in contentment. That is what our great life shows. And I believe that as a monk, it is my dharma to remind people that happiness is not the only source of joy. There is even a better source of joy, which is much more enduring, which is you cannot flaunt that joy, you cannot post about that joy on your social media, but it is really, really much more plain. It is more deeper. Its roots go much deeper. It teaches us to appreciate things we have got. We have but that is contentment. So the scriptures, some people are naturally more content than others. Like Holy Mother, from childhood we find in her life that even in difficult circumstances, she was contented. Not only that, she was serving people. When she was in trouble, she forgot her troubles, but she was serving others. Who can do that? One who is content in himself, whole life. So by nature she was content. But contentment is also like a muscle. It can also be grown. It can be practiced. That's why Patanjali says it is one of the practices. But the problem is they don't break down how to practice. They say try to be content. So what does it mean try to be content? How can we be more content? What should be our practice? And moreover, why should spiritual seekers want to be content? The reason is this: if we are content, our spiritual practice takes wings. With contented mind, whatever we do, whether path of bhakti, path of jnana, path of dhyana, path of karma, whatever path we do with a contented mind, that becomes much more effective than with a discontented, a mind, complaining mind, a mind which feels inadequate mind. Whereas if we do all the spiritual practice with a content mind, we have much more energy and attention and time left for our spiritual practices, our sadhana. This is the value of contentment in the life of a spiritual seeker. Even if someone is not a spiritual seeker, contentment itself can be a spiritual practice. Like everybody of us wants to be happy, but what don't we want a source of happiness which is always there at the backyard, does not need money? Yeah, that is contentment. So how can we practice contentment? A good way to start is to take the dictionary definition of contentment. Dictionary definition of contentment is being at peace with what you have, the situation you are in, and who you are. Being at peace with what you have, the situation you are in, and who you are. 3 dimensions of contentment. And it will be beneficial for us if we remember these 3 dimensions. First, what we have. Can we be content with whatever we have? So contentment is a big step. Contentment, you may say, contentment is a big goal. Real contentment is, the definition of real contentment would be happiness is desiring, happiness is having all I want. And contentment is wanting whatever I have. Happiness is having whatever I want. Contentment is wanting whatever I have. It's a big deal. I want the things I have. So the first step is, and the most important step in that direction is acceptance. Acceptance in all these dimensions. Acceptance of whatever I have, acceptance of the situation I am in, and acceptance of whatever I am. If we can start doing that, accepting in small steps, we'll find soon we are wanting all that I have, wanting the situation we are in, and wanting to be what I am. So the first step is acceptance. And this is the most effective and also difficult, but the first step is accepting whatever we have. So human beings' nature is we are never satisfied with whatever we have. There is such a thing called need and such a thing called want. And our needs are met easily, wants are never fulfilled. This is captured as early as in Bhagavatam, the scripture Bhagavatam, you have probably heard of. Bhagavatam, the life story of Sri Krishna, and it is one of the most textbooks of Bhakti tradition, Bhagavatam. There, it is said that in this world, there is enough resources to meet the needs of all the people. But there are not enough resources to meet the want of a single village. Think about it. Want has no limits. Whole, and that we see. We see, and if we look at the media and news, trillionaires are still feeling like they are not having enough. Trillionaire, they are suing each other for $150 billion, $250 billion. Although both of them are a few $100 billion worth of
Right.
they have, and it's you know what I am talking about. So there is no end to want. But if you think about needs, our needs are met. So Bhagavatam says that. And this problem is not new, that we are not happy, but this problem has become, amplified now. Amplified now. First of all, consumerism. They want us to remain unhappy, and they want to create an artificial need in our mind. Things we don't need, they want us to purchase. Commercials, ads. We see something in Amazon, immediately customers who purchase also purchase this, right? So that we go and click, and if among thousands of people, even 10 people, it's called clickbait, right? Clickbait. You click it, and we first, and how it happens. Sri Krishna tells us the psychology in Bhagavad Gita. How a simple thing, first, which is a want, then it becomes a need. First, it feels like I want it, I like it. I want it. Then it becomes a need. No, I need it. Sri Krishna gives the psychology behind it. Dhyayoto vishayan pumsaha sangaha teshu vajayate. Sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate. So this is the psychology under which consumerism works. That dhyayoto vishayan pumsaha. First, we contemplate about a thing. Anything, say a car, a new TV, a new phone, whatever. First, we think about it. We see it repeatedly. Sangaha teshu pujayate. Then a liking grows. Liking grows about it. Sangat sanjayate kama. Then a strong impulse, let me have it. And if I don't get it, I get frustrated. And this is the philosophy of consumerism, that they want to make us feel that this is the last thing in the world that will make us happy. This is the last thing in the world. And as I was talking about the history of envy, first time when I found that human beings have envy and we can capture this to sell products, they design their advertisement to create envy. And if you look at the heart of all the commercials is this: they will show successful people, happier people who are using this product. So creating a sense of envy in us, or a status in us, that we should also get it. This is how the desire to have more and discontent for not having enough, this is how the root of all of it. So even I am a monk, but I also feel in temptations like this. Like Amazon, I have a bad habit of purchasing books. Any new book comes, I read review in New York Times or Atlantic, let me have it. And by that I accumulated books after books in my room. I have only small tiny room. There's no place now to keep books. So I thought, oh my God, if I, being a monk, I am susceptible to such temptations, what to think about others who are in the world and they are bombarded with commercials. I don't watch televisions, I don't have cables, I don't watch movies, I don't watch NFL. so I don't see or get to see all the commercials. But think about those people. They're terrible. I cannot um, control my temptations. Then I started doing one thing. That is it a want or a need? How should I know if it is a need or a want? If it is a need, then my life will not function without it. A house is a need, right? Without house, how can we live? If food is a need, water is a need, clothing is a need, these are needs. But one more extra item, if I delay purchasing it for 7 days, will my life crumble? No. If it does not, it is a want. It's not. So what I did, I played my mind. I started putting everything in my wish list. In Amazon, instead of purchasing, I started putting books or stuff into wish list. I can purchase it later on, right? And I forgot what I put in wish list. That means it was not a need. And you can surely agree with me, many things we have purchased but have not used. Is not it? Many things we purchased at that time we felt, I need it. Maybe 2-hour delivery will be better. Not next day. If it is delivered 2 hours, it will be good. But probably hardly I used it once. It is there. So many stuff, maybe in the wardrobe, now maybe in the garage, and people have now even self-storage space. People, we don't use those stuff. They say there is a rule. If you have not used something in last 3 years, there is very much possibility you will not use it in next 30 years. Yeah, if you have not used in last 3 years, but we keep on keeping. So what it makes that we cannot appreciate things we have and we chase for more. And the thing has been worsened by social media, comparison, the kind of things I have and I can see. Earlier I could see only a few friends' possessions. Now I can see whole world. Now comparison ground is whole world. So I am stuck in traffic and I open Facebook and Instagram. I see my friend having wonderful vacation in Bahamas. I am stuck in traffic. They are having a good life in Bahamas. Immediate comparison is I'm not having good enough. I'm not earning enough to go to Bahamas for vacation. And they post their picture perfect backyard, front yard, their living room. My room is a messy room. My backyard is messy. So again, discontentment. Probably I am not doing enough. I am not doing enough for my house. Right? Their children are getting awards, accolades, Olympiads. Mine is struggling with homework. I see all of these in my posts. So this has made the problem worse. So what is happening here? We are not comparing with real life. We are comparing our life with curated versions of others' life. Very curated version. And if we go and see their real life, we see they are in much more trouble than we are in. And I have seen that. My friends, pre-monastic friends, who posted, great life, great family life. When I visited their house, I found broken family. fighting all the time. And the time of selfie, everybody is smiling. And that is what they are posting. And others are thinking, well, they are having a great life. I am missing out. Discontentment. I am not having enough. So this is another thing we have to remember, that we should not compare our real life with curated version of digital life. Digital life. So in that way, if we can keep these two tools handy, one is it a want or a need? Or am I comparing with real person or not? Then we find that we can accept the things we already have. Things we already have. They are maybe having fun in happy. They are maybe happy in Costa Rica, but I can enjoy a cup of coffee in my backyard every morning. This is contentment. That is happiness. You know, every day in the morning I can sit in my backyard. In the quiet of the morning, I can sip a cup of coffee or tea. This is content. I don't have to have a lot of things to make me happy. I can accept whatever I have. And actually, if you look back, if we are taken 30 years back in time machine and asked, what is your dream life? What do you think your dream life would be like? You will find most of us are living our dream life. We forget to appreciate all the things we have achieved, all the things we have. And because of this consumerism and comparison, we are thinking that no, we are not having enough. It is almost like taking a hike and only thinking, when I will reach the summit, then only I will be happy. But can't we stop, pause once in a while and enjoy the landscape? If we think, no, only I will be happy only if I reach the summit, we'll missing out the landscape, the path that we have walked. That is a great way to accept the whatever we have, whatever possessions we have, whatever material benefits we have, whatever job. This job, whatever I am in, may not be a high-profile job, but I find meaning in it. This house may not be a big house, but this house contains my dreams, happy memories. Let me relish all of this. Let me relish all of this. So in this way, we can accept about the possessions, things we have. This is one level. Think about it. Try to savor. Let's try to savor the small things we have. And you know what? I have read stories, or I am very interested to know what people think on their last day of life. What they regret. What they wish they could have done more. Nobody mentions about how big house they had. Nobody thinks, I wish I had a bigger house. I wish I could have driven a Tesla Cybertruck. Nobody says that. Everybody says, I wish I could have enjoyed some more walks with my dog, some more conversation, heart-to-heart conversation with my friends, some more quiet time in my house, in my backyard. This is what people really relish about their life. Nobody thinks about how many vacations they did. we have a misconception of bucket list that I will be happy if I can tick the bucket list. But guess what? This bucket is ever leaking. Yes, your bucket list will never end. Because when you fulfill one, for example, if you have desire to go to Eiffel Tower, you go to Eiffel Tower, then you hear about Milan. Milan is also a great place in Italy. then your bucket list will grow more. So bucket list will never is an illusion to complete the bucket list and get happy. Rather, whatever we have, can we appreciate? Many people are striving for their livelihood. One square meal, if they get, they are grateful. But by divine grace, how much we have? All the needs are met. We have place to stay. We can eat. We have clean drinking water. We can take shower. We have clean air. So much to appreciate, savor in our life. So we should take pause moment to moment and appreciate these things because we forget. We forget and we think, no, these are not enough. Those things will make me enough, adequate. So this is one thing. Second thing is, can we accept the situations we are in? It is a bit difficult, right? Think about the family we are in, the society we are in, the country, the international affairs. All of this make us discontent, right? These are not what we would like to be. The society, the country, international politics, they make us unhappy. We would like them to something else. So this is a great source of discontent in us. How can we accept? How can we accept? So this is the thing that yes, it is what it is. It is what it is, Reality will never bend to what I would like it to be. This is a great fact, universal fact. I would like, for example, if we take a, opinion here, how this ashrama should be run, there will be no unanimous decision. Someone would like it to be like this, someone would like it to be like this. Go one step further. How do you like your housing complex association? What do you call it? HOA, House Owners Association. If you take a form survey, how do you like it to? It would never be unanimity. So we would like reality to be something, but reality would never be like that. It won't. Similarly, how this country should be run, you will find thousands of views. So yes. So and we got lost in the idea that my sense of perfect world, my sense of perfect family, my sense of perfect life, my sense of perfect society is what it should be. Should be. But that can never be. Never be. Many times our unhappiness, discontent about our situation is a great deal is our commentary on the reality. Commentary, our interpretation of the reality, our wish, our wishful thinking, all of these make us the reality more painful than it is. So a great way of thinking about it is having a third person view about it. The situation, yes, we go through difficult situations, circumstances, and at that time we cannot figure out the reality and fiction. So how the situation would appear to my hairdresser, to a stranger. So if we can talk to a friend that this is the circumstances I am going through, then the person will be in a better position to see it objectively. That many of the things we are seeking out of the situation are unrealistic. Unrealistic. So if we don't have friends like that, journaling helps. Journaling. Write it down like nobody will read it. In a piece of paper with the idea I will tear it apart, write down the difficult situations. And after writing down, don't stop, write it down, the difficulties you are finding. then you will see the objective reality. And many of the things is my interpretation. It is what it is. It's a great mantra. It is what it is. Now what can I do about it? Otherwise, we will remain always victim of circumstances. Society is like this, country is like this, my family is like this. And as long as we remain victim of circumstances, we can never be content. So our mantra should be that it is what it is. Now, what can I do about it? It gives us a sense of agency. Agency. Many people come to me and say, what is going on all around in politics, international affairs? People are being treated so unkindly, and human dignity is being lost. Unfairly, people are being treated. Injustice. I tell what you can do. Try to be more kind in your dealings. Try to be little more compassionate than what you are. This is in your hand. This is in your hand. If you think society is running like this, the world is going to the dogs, what is in your hands? Same values which are being violated, you try to practice. You will feel real joy in it. And it has ripple effects. You cannot show it, you cannot have 1,000 followers for doing all of small things, but they have ripple effects. If I treat you more kindly, 2 people will see and they may be inspired. Or the person I became kinder, that person also might become kinder. This is in my hand. So instead of blaming the situation we are in, what can I do about it? When I joined the order, and I also complained about, I read in the books, Belul Math at that time was like this, Sri Ramakrishna's time, but reality is not like books. And senior Swami said, Ganga was at once a time very pure. Now all of pollutants have mixed into Ganga. It is what it is. If you want to take bath, you have to take bath in this Ganga. That is, if you want to learn swimming, you have to learn swimming in this Ganga. So this is a great thing. That circumstances are like this, situations are like this. My work, my boss, or the family, my friends is not what I would like to be. I am not content. I cannot accept. But it is what it is, and what I can do about it. I have to swim in this Ganga only. When I first came to Sacramento, it was such a change from India. I was in Belul Math, 300, 400 monks, and I, by nature, is an outgoing person, gregarious. And here I was alone, and it's a totally different culture. No Indian at that time, almost no Indian at that time in our center, and no Bengali, and everything was new, and I had never any experience of public speaking, so it was overwhelming. But then I remembered the old Swami who told me, it is what it is. Ganga is here like this, you have to swim here. You have to find friends here. I cannot be nostalgic about my monastic friends. I have to make friends here. And when I tried to do that, I got good friends. I got mocha friends. I go for mocha. I am a fan of Starbucks mocha. And so people bring mocha and we walk in the river. So I have made best of the situation. I'm so content now in Sacramento. So earlier I was feeling like a victim. Where I am, what can I do about it? Belul Math was better, India was better, should I go back to India? But as soon as I thought that this is Ganga here, you have to swim in this river, I felt a sense of agency. And what can I do about it? I was missing friends, then how can I make friends. Yes, they will not be the same friend, but we can still talk spirituality, philosophy, and things like to talk about, and I got plenty of them. Right? And look at Holy Mother's life, whether it is Nahavat, the 4 feet by 5 feet room. You all know, right? I don't have to tell. Objectively speaking, if there is such a thing called World Happiness Index, they have 20 criteria of 20 criteria of judging happy people. In all those criteria, Holy Mother will fail, and they will say unhappiest place to live will be the Nahavat. But what she says, a picture of bliss in my heart. Whatever the situation, the Kashipu, or Shampuku, or Jairambati, she was not in best of the situations, circumstances. And people around her, most of them were crazy, insane people. Not nice people all the time. But she did not complain. Contentment. Situation like this. So this is a great lesson for us that circumstances really gets difficult and we cannot accept the situation and we start blaming and we lose the contentment of mind. But we have to think that this is what the mantra is, this is what it is. And what can you do about it? And remember Holy Mother, how she in every circumstances, she held on to God, divine. And that made her go through every circumstances quite happy, joyful, blissful, right? Third aspect is little difficult more. How to be at peace with what we are. And most of us, none of us are happy about who we are, right? This is a self-critical lens. When we try to judge ourselves, we judge through a lens, a glass, self-critical glass. And this lens we inherited. We did not create this lens. It was created when we were growing up from society, from caregivers. So we were made to feel that we are only valuable if we can make. If we are this, then only we are lovable. If we can accomplish, then we are valuable. If we can be perfect in everything, then only we are valuable. Otherwise, I am so inadequate. I am not enough. Never I am enough. This critical lens. Always, if we try to judge ourselves, this critical lens plays out. And we did not sign up for it. We are too young to sign up for this lens, but this gives us trouble whole life. Whole life. I cannot accept my totality. I always feel I am not enough, I am not adequate enough, I am not good enough. These extreme cases is called perfectionism. That it says perfectionism is not same as seeking excellence. Seeking excellence is good. Try to be better. Try to do better things. But perfectionism is a deep sense of need to do the best. Otherwise, I feel anxious. Moreover, even after performing the best, I don't feel it was good enough. Good enough, right? Many people have this problem. They even don't recognize this. This has become their personality. That they don't want to, even in interviews, they ask, what is your fault? What is your flaw? They kind of, cheek and tongue, they say, I am a perfectionist. So the meaning is, this is my flaw, but actually this is not my flaw. They don't want to accept that perfectionism is a problem. They can never be content about themselves, about their life. So what can we do about it? This critical lens. not accepting ourselves at who we are. The thing is, we need self-compassion. Self-compassion, a great virtue. That is, if my friend would have been in such a circumstances and such an accomplishment they would have done, I would have said, you have done enough, you are good enough. But I cannot do the same thing to me. Right? If your friend does some mistake or cannot accomplish the highest and comes to you and tell you, look, I could not do the best, or look at my life, I could not accomplish so much. Immediately and with good reason we will say, look, you have accomplished so much, you have such a thing, you are good at this, good at that, and you did so much well. But when it comes to us, we cannot be like that. What a double standard. For all others, we can be rational about their achievement, accomplishment, but about us, we cannot do the same thing. So, whenever we feel like we are not adequate enough, and that is a great source of discontent in us, we have to think about the child in us. It is actually the child, helpless child in us, who is trying to make the elders happy. And that is a never-ending game. Never. Because the child does not know actually how the elders will become happy. So whenever we feel like we are not good enough, it can be a daily meditation that love the inner child and feel compassionate for the inner child who is trying so hard, such a small child trying its best to satisfy the unrealistic demands of the elders of the society. You will see, I was also like, a little bit of perfectionist. But when I found out this is the source of the problem, and I started practicing this, that it is actually not me. It is the inner child who is trying to satisfy the unrealistic demands of the society and the elders, teachers. I started feeling compassion for that child, and gradually this self-criticism quieted. I could accept the way I am, whole of it, the good in me, the bad in me, the good, not so good, the efficient me, the inefficient me, the perfect me, the imperfect me. And guess what? When we accept who we are, that is the starting of our real growth. We think that to grow, we have to always criticize us. No, not at all. The growth that comes from criticism is not a real growth. It is not a real growth. It is an anxiety. It's a deep-rooted need to be at least something. But when we accept whatever we are, with our all faults, with our virtues, with our faults, with our imperfection, then we accept ourselves, and then we really, really love our growth. The parts in me which is not good enough, I really love improving them. I enjoy the growth. And finally, none of us can ever be perfect in every sense. Never. It's a never-ending game. Our life, on an average, is 4,000 weeks. 4,000 weeks. I have passed more than half of it. And this chase of perfection can never happen in 4,000 weeks. 4,000 weeks, we can never complete our all grocery list, all of our house tidy, we can never. There will be always some two to to-do list. There will be always something in us that would need improvement. There will be always some weeds in the backyard that needs weeding. Okay. This is our imperfect life, and we have to embrace this reality. That in these 4,000 weeks, should I spend all of my energy and time in trying to be perfect, or trying to do things which will give really meaning to my life? At the last, imagine today is your last day. You wake up, healthy, no problem, but you come to know this is my last day. This is not a fantasy. Nobody knows. Actually, we are all terminally ill. We only don't know. Right? We are all of us are terminally ill. We only don't know how long we live. So today, how do you like to spend your day? Thinking about your imperfections? Thinking about life circumstances? No. You will choose the meaningful things. For spiritual seekers, you would love to meditate. You would love to, if you have a mantra, you would like to chant your mantra. You would love to read holy books, books that have spoken most to you. You would like to go out with your dog for a walk in the neighborhood. You would love to enjoy a simple meal. You would love to talk to your friends. You don't have to have a lot of friends, only a handful of friends with whom you could really connect. All of these things are meaningful. We don't have to have a lot of meaningful things in our life. Only 4 or 5 choose meaningful things and spend our time, energy in them instead of trying to be happy. Instead of trying to be happy, which is the craze that is going on all around, let us be content with whatever we have, the situations we are in, and the person, whosoever I am. And ultimately, what? God accepts me as I am. God accepts me as I am. God has accepted me from the very beginning as I am. I don't have to be someone else to be accepted by God. Is not it a great solace? And the more the more imperfect I am, the more acceptability to God. Girish Ghosh, the Bohemian, was the recipient of the biggest compassion and love from Sri Ram. So we don't have to be perfect to have divine bliss. And from non-dual sense, in this life, in this way, we can never be perfect. But we are perfect in spirit. That perfection can never, no one can take us away. No matter where I am, in what situation, how many mistakes I have done, how many regrets I have, that non-dual source of light, that is all the ocean that we are in, that is always perfect. That is the real source of joy and bliss and contentment. And that was what Holy Mother said, a picture of bliss was placed in our heart. So in both ways, if we can accept little bit in our life, we'll find we also be more content about our spiritual practice and growth. And we'll value what matters more. And more we do that, we find they go hand in hand. More I am being content with the things of the world. This is the one thing I tell everybody, that the difference between spiritually successful people and us is this. Spiritually successful people were always content with world things and their situation. They were never content with having love for God. They had always discontent about, let me have more divine love, let me have more bhajan, let me have more spiritual practice, let me have little more meditation. We are discontent about the world, but very content about our spiritual life. Enough. We have got, as if we have got enough, we have done enough spiritual practices and all of it. Yeah. So this is the thing. How can we be instead of chasing happiness craze, how can we be content with whatever we have, situation we are in, and focus our energy and attention to what matters most. And let us pray to Holy Mother that she had a pitcher of bliss. From that pitcher, she sprinkles some water, some bliss in all of us, and make us content. Thank you. Yeah. If you have any question, yeah. One common question after this talk is, do you mean that if we become content, then there will be no motivation in our life, right? Everything is fine. We would not like to improve. So this is the difference between contentment and complacency. Contentment is not complacency. You can be content at the same time. You can strive for more, but that is the healthy one and realistic one, right? I can always make my backyard better. But earlier I was thinking, unless I make it better, then I am no here. I am not happy enough. But now I'm content with the backyard. But every year I add something out of joy, right? I'm happy about who I am. Still I am a work in progress, right? It is not same as complacency. I'm happy with my job, but I can still aspire for a better job if I get. But earlier, getting the better job was the defining thing about me. Now it is no more defining thing. I'm happy with my job, but a better opportunity, a better way to serve people, surely I will go for that. Otherwise, it will be complacency. Contentment is like a crystal clear lake where reflection is pure, and complacency is like a pond where mosquitoes grows. Yeah. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you. Interesting. It's from Maharaj, since we have a little time.
Yeah.
Swami, it's a very brilliant talk, very practical. I am having a little trouble understanding one part is this is from a psychologist's point of view.
Mhm.
All your solutions are from the little I.
Mhm.
The solutions are not from the point of view of the big I.
Mhm.
Okay, so one Bhagavad Gita, the first teaching that Arjuna received was you are not the body.
Yes.
So we are talking about the body, the backyard, this, that. But when we are talking of contentment, the moment we do not identify ourselves with the body,
Yes.
then the whole perspective changes.
Changes, absolutely.
Absolutely. So then we have the practice of bhakti yoga,
Yes.
and the contentment will be a side effect of your perspective.
Yes. Yeah, you are absolutely
so side effect of your practice, not perspective.
Yeah.
Because we've changed the perspective entirely from the small I to the big I.
Absolutely. Sure. Yeah, I that is a very high goal. I was talking just plain in day-to-day life thing, how we can practice contentment. Contentment itself as a practice in Patanjali yoga. So it is more like like in our day-to-day life, being a little more content. Of course, spirituality is the highest thing that can give us content. But I was trying to think about that we may get caught into this happiness craze all around us. And instead of that, if we try to be content, it is much more sattvic quality in us that will help us in our spiritual growth. But ultimately, from that non-dual perspective, we are not even body and we are not even our mind. So this contentment comes to body and mind. Yeah. So this question. So this is for as a seeker, as a day-to-day life practice. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
I have a couple of questions. First of all, is that if I started thinking I'm contained when my children are growing up, and I was trying to tell them, hey, you have to study, that's the only thing you have to do, and that's what make you progress, da da da. And so now they are very well situated, very well done. Whereas when their friends, which were at the 12th grade, they started working with some with a girlfriend and with some working with McDonald's and everything, and they were comparing themselves. Oh, look at that! They're enjoying the life, and you are pressing us hard on doing studies. Now they become, I mean, a doctor and a lawyer. That, but now they are good. But still, at the time when the things were like that, this is their parents were content. No, no, whatever they're doing, they're fine. I says, no, you have to do study. If you work hard now, if you study now, you will achieve something good in your life, and then you can get the fruits all over the life. Now they realize what their friends were now still they're working in McDonald's, and they are with eminent doctor in a big hospital. So, but the problem is that when they're growing at that time, they're comparing that. So how that contentment is affected now? What is the difference between their contentment and my contentment?
Yeah, subjectively no difference. First of all, I would like to challenge this idea that simply because someone is a established doctor does not mean he is having a better life. Maybe who is working in the McDonald's, he is much more happy. Can you say that having been just being a doctor makes someone, happy in their life? Subjectively speaking, satisfied with their life. So this idea is wrong. Secondly, again, there is no problem in setting high standards, high goal, but it is not like, pressuring. It should not come from a place of pressure. Come from a sense of pressure. Many parents pressurize their children so much that whole life they suffer from that. We are never good enough. Outwardly, you may see they have big houses and all of it, but inside they may be hollow. And I know many people, many established people, they cannot tolerate this hollowness. They go for addiction. They become addicted to substances. Others may not even know, but they may be addicted to substances. And if you look at the source of the addiction, it all boils down to this, that they were made to feel inadequate. So even after achieving all of this, the sense has remained, we are inadequate. And they have to escape this sense of inadequacy, they take to substances. Get addicted. Yeah. So, yeah, we have to think about it. Yeah. Healthy goals.
Maybe you could tell them that your background is not doing nothing. You ended up very educated. I don't know if you saw Swami's talk yesterday about his life and yeah.
Many of my friends, they did so much, I mean, we are together and they went on to become, international level professors and scientists. But when I meet them, I see that in spite of all of these achievements, life is hollow. Their life is hollow. In 10 minutes you can understand, all these surface level achievements. Then I can really get that their what is called the level of their consciousness is very down, very down. So outwardly achievements that do not match everything.
But you do have a master's degree as well, so
So
it's not like you did nothing.
It doesn't matter. No, we are not done.
But you're coming from a person who did achieve yourself. You know what I mean? As well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, healthy goal. Like I loved studying. My parents never set any goal for me, but I loved to study, and I was a topper. But I did not have the feeling I have to top. It was a byproduct of my loving the subjects, you know. But some people put the pressure on their children. Unless you become topper, unless you get A grades in everything, and that in all good meaning, but that becomes a scar, big scar for the whole of the life for the children, because they don't carry it up to college. They carry whole life. They see themselves in that mirror that I am never good enough, never good enough. So for them, what happens is this psychologically, that I am lovable only if I get grade A. That is, I am okay if I get A. So to be okay, they have to get A. And anything below A, they are not okay. They are not lovable at all. So then ultimately what? You have become a great doctor or anything, a huge scientist, but they are still feeling that what more, what more, what more? How can I be okay?
We've got a question online here. It kind of fits in with what you're asking, Roop. Is it possible to admit that too much contentment feeling makes you feel lazy?
Again, it will make you. This is complacency. Complacency. Contentment is a positive thing. You know, it's not being passive about life. So again, a content person will try to improve their life whenever there is an opportunity. And complacent person, lazy person, would not care. Does not care about, you know.
It's like you said earlier, to be content and not complacent. It doesn't. You can be content, but it doesn't define you.
Yes.
It doesn't define you. You don't have to keep getting more to define you.
Yes,
You
yes.
can be defined
Yes.
being a billionaire or living
Yes.
in a small apartment.
Right.
McDonald's.
Right.
It's what your level of contentment is.
Yeah.
You can be content
Yeah.
anywhere here, but you can be content down here.
Right.
But it's different for everybody.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Don't be the pond.
Don't be the pond. Yeah. Don't be the pond, but be the lake.
Right.
Be the lake. Yes.
I really want to understand your question more. I don't. I wasn't following it. I don't know if it was. Can you?
Okay.
Maybe I'm a little.
What I'm trying to say, if you change your perspective from the little eye to the big eye, that is, you are the Atma. Okay.
Yes.
Then
And you're considering the little I what?
little eye is our ego.
Oh,
Our
okay,
ego,
gotcha.
our
Okay, yeah, our ego,
what
okay.
yes,
Okay.
what we consider as the ahamkar, you know. So
Right.
when we relate to the word
Yes.
as I am this body, I am this
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
So all these things we see from a spiritual perspective. So this is a psychologist's perspective according to me.
Right.
When you give 4 solutions like this,
Yes.
when you talk from Vedanta point of view,
Yes.
the first teaching is you're not the body.
You're not any of that. Right.
You're not the body, you're not
Right.
the mind. Okay.
Exactly.
So from that, your spiritual practice according to say for bhakti yoga.
Right.
If you go to bhakti yoga, then your spiritual practice is, you know, japa,
Right.
kirtan, this, that. I'm trying to say that from that, you will, as a byproduct of your spiritual practice, you will automatically get contentment. Not from a psychologist. So this is
Right.
from either from
But
Jnana
you have
Yoga
to
perspective.
get there first to realize you're not the ego. In order to feel all
Well,
those
start from
things.
that. I would
Yes,
say that.
exactly.
I would argue that
Exactly.
you start from that as a
Exactly.
spiritual seeker.
Right.
So rather than going from a psychologist's point of view, this is
Yeah.
from here is Vedanta, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So from a Jnana Yoga's point of view, so Jnana Yoga practice of meditation. So well,
I get
Then-
I get it
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I finally,
So, that's what I'm trying to say. Your contentment, all spiritual person will become contented naturally as a byproduct. This is not even the ultimate.
Right.
This is just a beginning, first step.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Swamiji,
I differ a bit. When you say when the children grow up and if they achieve whatever, so the children know that the parents love them default. So the love is still there. Just like you said for yourself, you went into this monastic order and they were not pleased in the onset, in the beginning. But later on, they were very content that you were there. So I think even children know default that their parents love them, and that's why they said out of their duty, they want them to get out from tamasic to rajasic, and later on sattvic also. We turn to sattvic automatically in society. It's like many incidents occur, and also. But I think that even when somebody grows up, and even if they've been asked, the children have been asked to do excel or whatever, but they know default that the parents are still by them, they love them.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. That is true. But again, there is a part in us which always seeks approval.
Yeah,
To add to that content, I would like to ask the same thing, like the parents, like we did it, whatever we did.
Yes.
Now I'm content
Yes.
that my daughter is,
Yeah.
or my kids are well established.
Yeah.
I'm content, but you said they're not content, right?
No. Who?
They
They may not
They
be.
might
They
not.
might.
they may not content.
Neither.
So, but I'm content. So I'm a chill bala.
Yeah.
Because I'm not worried now.
Yes.
That what about the next day? They're bread and butter. They're not going to come to my house
Right.
and ask me for bread and butter.
Right.
So at the fag end of my life, I'm not worried.
Right.
That's what my thing is. So I'm content.
Yes.
So as
Probably
far as
they are also
my,
content.
my look,
Yeah.
as far as my lookout, I'm content.
Yes.
Now, but you said they are not content, but they may not be content. That I don't know that, but I'm content because I know that yes, I developed that in a good in a society, and
Yes.
they are established.
Absolutely.
And now they're not going to come back to me for bread and bread and butter at the home at the middle of night. Right?
That's awesome.
But your
That's
kids,
not content.
but
They're
your
not
kids are a little
moving back
different
in.
than most because you didn't just push them, you also had a spiritual flow in your family life.
Right.
So they weren't just pushed, they also had nourishment
Yeah.
that a lot of
No,
kids
no,
don't have. So I
absolutely.
think that's a big difference.
One can,
I don't
one
think
can,
he said your kids aren't
one
content.
can motivate their kids, to aspire for higher things, and at the same time being content about their progress, right? And I did not mean to say that maybe your children are not content. No, what I meant is both can go hand in hand. Both can go hand.
I don't think these days enough kids are taught what the difference between content
Yes,
and
yes,
complacency
yes,
and the
absolutely.
difference is.
Yeah. The
It's
word
not part of the
contentment is
teaching.
getting lost.
Right,
Nice.
yeah, exactly,
It has
like
been
you started.
replaced with happiness or wellness, all of these. Yeah. And so I thought, let us remember that as a spiritual practice, is Santosha is one of the niyamas, right? When we are climbing the steps, we are all climbing the steps in his path. Santosha is a practice. Shama, just like Shama is a practice. So a spiritual seeker in Jnana Yoga, Shama, Uparati, these all are equivalent to Santosha. How do we practice it? Yeah. So again I say Bhakti, Santushta. Who is a good devotee? Santushta. That is, a good devotee should practice being content and then do the bhakti. I mean, how many of us have that kind of bhakti? That it does not require a practice, it comes so naturally. How many of us can really feel that I am Atma, right? It is still in the sense of, we are in the stage of practice, right? So as a practice, Santosha is how we can break them, And also as a standalone practice, I wanted to talk about as a standalone practice, life. Yeah. All right.
Thank
Time
you,
for-
Swami.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Questions? So I'll get you some final
So many
Announcements?
ads, the temptation of so many.
Yes, ads.
1 second. So we have to. We'll let you guys know the rest of the schedule of everything. Some things have changed just recently. But first of all, thank you so much, Maharaj. I think they're very thought-provoking talks. They're on many levels, so we have to analyze ourselves. I think what's beautiful here is that a lot of you are conscious already, and you're living your lives in a way that many people aren't.
Yes.
So I think these things are not foreign to you, where they might be completely foreign to the average families that are out there struggling. So, and this is one thing that really makes me feel so wonderful and so contented myself, is that this center is really a place where a lot of this understanding and these feelings and this balance is coming out and giving to the community and to the area with the Swamis coming and with our regular schedules and so on. So I thank you so much for fulfilling our hopes and our dreams for the center, that this can be a difference in the energy of this community and this state and this whole nation and the world. And we're so happy to have the Swamis taking their time to come to a little backwater like Las Vegas, which is going to change pretty soon, because we're boldly going to be inviting, I think Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, and I think then the floodgates will probably break loose, and we'll have to have a lot of ability to handle more people. But I think we're building the foundation to be able to do that. So thank you so much, Maharaj.
Yes.
And he has agreed to come
We
back.
also want to thank you, Jeff, because he's calling personally each one and telling them that this is
Yes,
really
yes,
great job.
Yes, I told this is a great
He's doing a
thing.
great job here,
Yeah,
calling each individuals, talking to them, giving his own time. It's really great job.
yes, yes.
Well,
Sometimes
well,
it's acceptable.
Right?
Exactly.
It's honestly my honor. It gives me pleasure, because what else would I be doing at this stage of my life? I don't want to be one of those complaining about everything.
Right.
And it's a joy to be here every day. I got to tell you, I'm so thankful Sarvadeva Maharaj had asked me to come 5 years ago. That's the best decision of my life, to end my life, maybe. So our Ishadhyananda said that I would be here for the rest of my life. I said, okay, we'll see what happens. But Ma's always got these plans. So here's the rest of the schedule. So first of all, do take flowers and offer them at the shrine here. That's wonderful. We have, as you can hear, some food, as we always do. So as you said, we have no problem for our sustenance, especially around here. Sometimes a little too much sustenance. We have more hiking. Speaking of hiking, tomorrow we are going to go to Cathedral Rock instead of the original thought, because Cathedral Rock is quite a bit much prettier. The other area is nice, but it's not as high, and it's kind of, so it's just a matter of getting there early. So we're going to leave the center at 8 a.m. and we should be up there by about 8:45 latest to where we're going to be going. So if you want to meet us here at 8 a.m., you can drive with us or carpool or in a wagon train or whatever.
Can females ride with males?
Yeah,
Okay,
of course.
all right.
We have no problems at all.
Okay,
We
good.
respect every woman as mother, so it's not a problem. That's all, Ma. So we'll leave at 8 a.m. and arrive at 8:45. So if you want to meet us up at Cathedral Rock area at 8:45, you can join us up there, or we can leave from here at 8 a.m. And we had such a wonderful time today hiking with Maharaj.
Yes,
Really.
yes.
And it's the best way to get to talk to Maharaj on a personal level, because it was great, because everybody shifted with you. You had personal time with everybody that was on the hike today. So this was really nice. So you have a chance to really just chat. So that's tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, the final talk. Gosh, it's already the final talk tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be attention is everything. And I think we talked a little bit touched about it a little bit here, but to go deep into anything, attention is everything. So I think that's perfect. And so that's going to be the same timing. 5 p.m. we're going to have the arti, and 5:30 we'll have Bhajans. But Badurji won't be here tomorrow. But we do have
Nirmalin.
and then also Radha, I think will sing one too. So we'll have some singing, and then you'll have your talk.
Great.
And then sadly, it'll be our final
Oh.
moments together with Maharaj. But he has promised to come back,
Sure.
and he did hint to me that he would love to see the Grand Canyon. So we're gonna try to organize that next time for him.
Yes.
We
I
can
have not.
help with that.
Yeah.
I did not have
A
intention.
2-day trip? Like,
We don't know yet. We'll figure out how much time he has.
Swami Tyaganandaji of Boston.
yeah.
Yes, so I admired him very much, from early life. So he told me last year that you must visit Grand Canyon because he had visited only 2 years ago, and he said it was a spiritual experience for him.
It really is.
He said you must visit. Yeah. And actually he gave a talk, and I have not watched the talk in Boston about the spirituality of Grand Canyon.
However, we did, remember when Swami Chandrasekharanandaji came, we did bring him to the Grand Canyon, to the North Rim, where the glass walk is, the
Yeah,
glass.
the West Rim.
Yeah, it's only a 3-hour drive there, maybe a little less, depending on how fast you drive.
Yeah. It's less than 2 hours.
Yeah,
It's about 1 hour and 45 minutes.
so it can be a one-day
That's not
adventure
far
there.
at
If we
all.
go that one, not to the South Rim, it's doable for sure in one day.
Yeah.
We just leave in the
No
morning
talk in the evening.
and come back
Just
in the
a day
evening.
trip.
Yeah, so we'll do this wonderful, yeah, maybe no talk in the evening for that day. Sure, we'll just lash us an extra day on, maybe bring you in on a Thursday instead of, because going there on the weekend is much harder than going on the weekdays.
Yeah.
So if we get you there, come in early and we'll figure it out.
Right.
But we do,
We got it all planned out already.
all that means is that we get a chance to have the honor of
Yeah.
Maharaj coming back, so thank you all so much.
Yeah,
We
I
really
love
appreciate
this community, this congregation, so such a good vibe and such a family. It feels like a family. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
it. Well, our family's gonna be growing soon. I see
Yes,
that.
yes.
So thank you all, and do mention to people, what our schedule is. And every Sunday, we're gonna have a puja and then a talk at 5 p.m., starting at 5 p.m. So do enjoy that. I think we had some pretty good feedback on the talks, even though sadly I had to give them, but you get,
I know, right?
you have to use what you have, right? You have to be content with what's available. And then once in a while, we get really blessed, so we'll be doing those again, and keeping them very stable at that time and that day, so we won't have to guess. And then if you can ever do anything on a Saturday, let me know, we'll do something special. If you want to do a chant, we can do something special on a Saturday, because I know you can't be here often, but if you want to do an odd Saturday, just let me know. We'll
Okay.
just with pleasure. With pleasure. Thank you all so much.
Yes,
Okay.
thank
you.
And thank you online. We had quite a few online, Maharaj.
Thank you online.
And they all thank you for answering the questions as well.
In the Grand Canyon, there is a layer from the Indian Ocean. They call it Vishnu ships. So
Yes, I heard our.
Yeah. There are some